As we all know, our nervous system is divided into central nervous system and a peripheral nervous system. We have brain and spinal cord covering the central nervous system. We have motor system and sensory system under peripheral nervous system. Under motor nervous system, we have autonomic and somatic. Under autonomic, we have sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Coming to the structure and function of neuron. Basically, the structural and functional unit of nervous system is the neuron. This neuron transmits nerve impulses to and from the brain. And we know that nerve cells are present in gray matter, whereas the dendrites and axons are present in the white matter. So looking at the structure, this is the neuron. So neuron is divided into zones that can be an input zone, a trigger zone, a conducting zone, and an output zone. This being the input zone has dendrites which is branched and are the receptive processes of the neurons, and it transmits the nerve impulses. There is a cell body that contains nasal granules, that is the RNA protein, and has neurofibrillae. There is a trigger zone that has the axon hillock. Axon hillock originates from the cell body, but then it doesn't contain any nasal granules. There is the conducting zone, that is the axon. The axon contains myelin sheath made of Schwann cells. And this myelin sheath acts as an insulator that helps depolarization jump from one node of Ranvier to another node of Ranvier. There are two types of these axons, the efferent and the efferent. Efferent carries impulses from the periphery to the CNS. Efferent carry impulses from the CNS to the periphery. There is an output zone that is covering the axon terminal. These axon terminal has axon knobs, and these contains granules or vesicles where the neurotransmitters are secreted. Also, let's understand the coverings of the neuron. Neuron has an endoneurium, that is the outer covering connective tissue of axons. There is a perineurium, wherein the individual neurons bundled in a group of vesicles are covered by this perineurium. There is epineurium, wherein the group of vesicles bundled together and then by a tissue, connective tissue called epineurium, it is covered. There are neuroglial cells. These are the support cells of the body. And we have microglia that are the phagocytic cells coming from the bone marrow. There is astrocytes found in the synaptic structure that helps form the blood vessels, blood-brain barrier, and maintain optimum concentration of ions and the neurotransmitters. The Schwann cells forms the myelin sheath around the axon on the peripheral nerves, as you saw. There is ependymal cells that surrounds the ventricles and the CSF. Our neurons or the nerve cells are classified based on their anatomical, can be unipolar, bipolar, pseudo-unipolar, or multipolar. There is, according to function, afferent, efferent, and the interneuron. According to the speed of conduction, there is myelinated and non-myelinated nerve cells. So we have seen that when there is increased speed of conduction, there is myelination. So also the speed of conduction increases with increase in the temperature and increase in diameter. There is a classification, Erlanger and Gasser has classified based on the diameter and conduction velocity of the neurons, as there is A alpha neuron, also has 1A and 1B, the diameter being 12 to 20, conduction velocity being 70 to 120. So these 1A alpha neurons has muscle spindle and 1B has Golgi tendon organ. The A beta second, the diameter ranging from 5 to 12, conduction velocity being 30 to 70, and these are responsible for touch, pressure, and motor to muscle spindle impulses. There is A delta having 3 to 6 diameter and 15 to 30 conduction velocity. There is A delta, that is third nerve cell, that has 2 to 5 in diameter and conduction velocity being 12 to 30, covers the pain, the fast pain sensations, cold and touch sensations. There is B nerve fiber, that is less than 3 in diameter, 3 to 15 conduction velocity, is the preganglionic sympathetic fibers. There is C, that has 0.4 to 1.2 in diameter, having conduction velocity of 0.5 to 2, and these are present in the unmyelinated, covering the dorsal root, reacts for the slow pain, hot sensations, reflexes, mechanoreceptors, and also the sympathetic ones at the postganglion. So also the gap between neurons, if present, are known as synaptic cleft, which using electrochemical transmission, nerve impulses travels from one node of Ranvier to another in the myelinated neuron.